Let's look at this question. The figures below show the annual growth rate expressed as a percentage change with respect to the previous year in the four sectors of the economy of Republic of Reposia during a 9-year period from 2008 to 2006. Okay, assume that the index of production for each of the four sectors is set as 100 in 2007. Further, the four sectors, manufacturing, mining and quarrying, and electricity and chemicals. Although it says electricity here, it says electrical here, it is the same thing. And chemicals respectively constituted 20%, 15%, 10%, and 15% of the total industrial production in 2007. Rest 40% was constituted by other sectors. Okay. Right now we know manufacturing in 2008 went up by 9%. In the next year, it went down by 1.5%. Then it rose by 3%. Then it rose by 7%. Then it rose by 8.2%. Then it rose by 14%. Then 8%. Then 8%. And then by 4%. So that is how this graph gets interpreted. Let's look at the individual questions. Which of the following sector witnessed the highest percentage growth from 2007 to 2006? Remember, everything started off at an index of 100. Now, look at manufacturing. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, 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 it goes up. Mining and quarrying goes down once. Chemical goes up always, and electrical goes up always. But in electrical, the average growth rate, if I calculate SAGR, or CAGR, whatever you choose to call it, can you see in electrical, the growth rate, the average growth rate is significantly higher than every other group. Every other group, it is significantly higher, and therefore the highest percentage growth rate from period of 2007 to 2016 will be in electrical. This question does not require us to engage in precise mathematical calculation. It has everything to do with simply looking at the graph and seeing that electrical growth rate is consistently, or the average of electrical growth over the 9-year period is significantly higher than all other sectors. Therefore, electrical wins. Okay, next. The overall growth rate in 2009 of the four sectors together was approximately. Now, this is a question that requires precise calculation. Let's look at it. First thing I know, manufacturing was constituting 20% of the total industrial production. So manufacturing had a weight of 20, mining had a weight of 15, electrical had a weight of 10, and chemical had a weight of 15. So we are looking for data in 2007, in 2009. In 2007, it was 100 for manufacturing. If I'm calculating 100 into 1.09 into 0.985. This is what we need. This will be the data for 2009. Sorry, not 100. 20. The weight was 20. So we will get 20 into 0.9 gets me 109 into 2, 2.18. So 21.8 into 0.985. Okay, 21.8. 0.1 of, or 1% of this will be minus 0.218 minus 0.109. So let me add these up. I'll get 327 minus 0.327. I have to do. No. First it is an increase. Oh, first it is an increase. No. Both of these are decreases. Both of these are decreases. So 20. So for manufacturing, the final number will be 21.8 minus 0.327. So 10 minus 7 gets me to 3. 9 minus 2 gets me to 7. 7 minus 3 gets me to 4. And then I have 21.473. 21.47. This is the working for manufacturing. Then let's do it for mining. The initial weight was 15 into 1.04 into 1.01. So 115, so 15.6, this will give me 15.6, and then 15600 and 156. If I add it up, I'll get 6, I'll get 5, I'll get 7, I'll get 5, I'll get 1. So 15.756. 15.756. Okay. Now the working for electrical. First it is 10 into 1.085 into 1.09. So first I get 10.85 into 1.09. So 108500 and then 10850 minus, from this I have to subtract 1085. So I get 0 first, I get 5, I get 3, I get 9, I get 1, 1. From this I subtract 1085. From this, how much will I get? 5. 14 minus 8 is 6. 12 minus 2 minus 0 is 2. 9 minus 1 is 8. So 11.8265. 11.8265. And finally, for chemical, I have 15 into 1.08 into 1.01. So for the first, I'll get 16.2, and then 16200 and 162. So I get 2, I get 6, I get 3, I get 6, I get 1. So 16.362. So if I'm looking at the growth rate for all the 4 sectors, I will need to do, in 2008, it will be 21.8, 15.6, 10.85, and 16.2. So it turns out to 5,888, so 0.45, and 2 carried over. So 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 1 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 4, 1 carried over. I get 64.45. This is the data for 08. For 09, we get 21.473, 15.756, 11.8265, and 16.362. So we get 5. We get 5 and 3662. So 12 plus 3, 15, 15 plus 2, 7, 7, 1 carried over. 1 plus 6 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 7 is 1, 2 carried over. 13 plus 7, 20 plus 4, 2 carried over. 6 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 2 is 13, 13 plus 2 is 5, so 5 and 1 carried over. 65.4175. The change that has happened is from 2008 to 2009, it has changed from 64.45 to 65.4175. Now look at the options. A 2% change, a 1% change here would lead me to 0.6445 being added. A 1% change here. So I will get 5490.65.0945. And this is more than that. This is more than that. So a 1% change wouldn't work. A 2% change would lead me to beyond this number. A 2% change would lead me to beyond this number. So 2.5 wouldn't work. Similarly, 10 wouldn't work. And therefore, the correct answer has to be 1.7%. See, this question demanded of me to get precise calculations done, because 1%, 1.7%, 2.5% are very, very close together. Additionally, we had to take care of the individual weights also assigned. Also, see, if it ever came in CAT, I can use the calculator and be on my way. That would be merry enough. But then this nature of question would not get asked in CAT. They don't ask a calculation intensive question, at least not in the last few years. So this is a question that you can end up with SNAP. This is a question that you can end up with in NMAT. And at that time, because you would not have access to a calculator, you would have to do working like this. Okay, lots of work here. Now, more work I will have to do. Let me get rid of this, all the writing. There are other fun things for us to learn within this set. Look at this one now. When was the highest level of production in manufacturing sector achieved during the 9-year period from 2008 to 2016? Now see, from 100 we went to 109. Then it fell. Then it increased. 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 A simple logical understanding would tell you the drop off that is happening here, 1.5% drop off that is happening here, that is more than being compensated by the 3% increase. And then we are going even further, increasing more, increasing more, increasing more, increasing more, increasing more, increasing more, because it keeps on increasing till 2016. In which year did the manufacturing sector achieve the highest level of production? It is the final year, 2016. No maths is needed for answering this question. No maths is needed for answering this question. Okay. Now, the final one. In which of the following year was the lowest level of production of mining and quarrying sector achieved during the 9-year period 2008 to 16? Now, pay attention between these two questions. One wonderful difference. Here, when was the highest level of production in manufacturing sector achieved during the 9-year period from 2008 to 2016? This was an absolute question. This was a blanket question covering all years. So if it is, even if it is not present in the options, we have to take care of it. Here, we only have to take care of these 4 years. So for these 4 years, let's see, for mining and quarrying, we are seeing. Can you see from 2008 to 2009, whatever your value was in 2008 to 2009, there is a 1% increase. Because I'm seeking the lowest level of production, 2009 is definitely not the answer. 2009 is definitely not the answer. Okay. Let's look at 2014. 2014 is definitely greater than 2013, which is greater than 2012, which is greater than 2011. So can I say 2014 also cannot be the answer? 2014 also cannot be the answer because we are seeking the lowest level of production. The 2 years that are left to be contenders are 2008 and 2011. Now for these 2 years, what I will do is let the production level in 2008 be 100. So in 2009, it will become 1.01. It will become 1.01. Then in 2010, it would become 1.012. And then in 2011, it will turn to 0.96, 4% lower. Now I have to compare this to, 100. This is the 14 figure production level in 2011, and in 08, the production level is 100. I have to see which of these is lower. Okay. Right off the bat, I can remove these and make this 96. Now 1012 multiplied by 101 is as good as 1012 followed by 2 zeros, and 1012. We get 2, we get 1, we get 2 again, we get 2 again, we get 0, we get 1. And now we've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The calculation will reduce to 1.02216. 1.02216 into 96. I have to check whether this is greater than 100 or less than 100. I'm comparing it to 100. But I don't want to check whether this is greater than 100 or less than 100. I say this and this, I will compare it this way. I'll divide both sides by 96. If I divide both sides by 96, the left hand side, the 11 figure turns to 1.02212, and 100 by 96 translates to 25 by 24, which is 1.041666. 1 by 24 is 0.4166. Between these two, which one is smaller? Of course, this number is smaller, or the production level in 2011 was the lowest. In 2008, it was higher. And therefore, the answer to the final question is option B. This is all the working that this set needed. Nothing more, nothing less. If you did it, wonderful. Hopefully, you realize not every question required you to engage in a high level of processing. Even if you were attempting this question and you're not confident in your number-based processing, question 1 and question 3 you could have gotten based on simple reasoning. For question 2 and question 4, you needed to do some sort of calculation. If you're comfortable with that, great. If you're not comfortable with that, at least mark question 1 and question 3 and get whatever partial score you can out of this set. That will be all.